changes will.
Exactly. So do all of us here have a strategy, personal strategy? Should, by right, am I right now? So that personal strategy can be measured by your growth of your net value. When you sell everything that you have, whatever money in the balance in your hand, that's a net value growth. And normally we target 6 to 8% growth of your net value, which most of the time they lose it after buying a Continental car. Because the depreciation eats out the net value. Wrong strategy. Or you measure average growth of your earning across 10 years, where you have a margin. Or you measure the best network around you that makes you to grow better. Now, all these are strategy, right? The same thing in the case study. Put up the interconnections between every single element of IKEA and how the strategy works together. They messed up in the company because of different opinions from management staff. So you need to look into people management that came into the picture there. That's going to be another area that you're going to study. When I talked about demographic, that's not right now. So should you have a light figure, right? IKEA products are meant for high-end property or mid-range or low? Mid-range. Okay? So if it is mid-range, should you find out the demographic growth of China's mid-range property development for the next 5 years? Against competitor of IKEA for the next 5 years, what are they doing? Should you study all these things or not? When you do all this analysis, then you are in capacity to argue whether IKEA can sustain their competitive advantage in China or not. But you don't even do any research work about what's happening in China in total, and then you want to talk about their competitive advantage. Difficult. So these are things which is not in the case study. So when you work in a group, this is what your group can do together. Do research together. Then share the notes. But sometimes difficult. Everybody wants to be a hero. Is that right? So if everybody wants to be a Superman, difficult. We can't. Then you have to be the American style. To wear clothes outside your pants. Huh? Now, okay, any other questions? I should tell you, you should tell me to verify. You tell me, I'll say yes or no. I'm not going to sit down and do this.
The design, the restaurant, the childcare, these things.
Do you think that's innovation? I don't know. You need to find out. Sorry, not going to do the part. So, in point of innovation, IKEA, let me ask you this. Malaysians are fooled by IKEA. Let me put it this way. Because IKEA is basically like a quartz mammoth product in Australia. There's nothing to shout about. But they're smart. They knew the Malaysian limitations and weakness of the social system and the craziness of something new. And brand. They came themselves, went into a high-end property area and made that product to be a high-end product. I mean, the product won't even last for 2 years. But the Malaysians are boo-boo-la-la about it. IKEA is branded. Now, is that strategy? And what they do on top of that, when you go to IKEA, they keep announcing some new innovation on chairs and furniture, which looks idiotic most of the time. Sorry for my language. Doesn't look great about it, but they put a Kualo down there. And that makes Asians go, wow. You put an Indian guy beside that, you. Was that IKEA strategy? Yeah, what it is. Ask them to try in the US. They failed. US will say, what rubbish product is this? Now, you see the comparison now? That's the way you need to analyze. How IKEA took advantage of the Malaysian weakness. Learning the limitation of the social system. You there? So, did I answer your question indirectly? Would not give you direct answers. Cannot. You do the work first. I might end up giving the whole day lecture, basically. I love to give a lecture, basically. Any other question? Yes, Madhu. Very popular name.
So, question 3, right? They're supposed to access their growth. So when IKEA came into China, they made some changes to their store, to their location and whatnot. So based on those changes, I'm supposed to access that and say whether they can grow, is it?
Was that their strategy?
Yes.
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 So did it work? Don't know. You
Yeah.
need to find out. Is that right? Then you need to decide if that's the right strategy.
So sir, the first part, can I talk about what is their current, what approach?
The
they
entry
use?
strategy they took.
Okay, so whatever is here plus a bit more homework is there. And then whether what they have used, whether it can they can sustain.
So the question
and
asked for
whether-
that? The question asked for that?
I think from the video, whether it's
So did the question ask for that? My question.
they ask whether they can go there.
Okay, so the question is asked right now. So you tell what was the entry strategy. You need to articulate what went wrong. Now you need to recommend what they should do to move forward.
What if whatever approach they use, I am in full support of it.
Fine.
For example, if I'm full support of it and I find some supporting points and say that they have used this approach and based on my research matches well and hence they can grow in China.
Who supports your view?
Yeah, if I manage to find any references or anything that says that whatever.
So if you find in this kind of situation, this is going to the marriage argument again, whereby you have IKEA, a strategy taken. So you need to find equal competitor who have taken similar strategy and it worked very well. And then you can use that as an argument to say, hey, look here, this guy took this strategy. X company also took the same strategy and they are already growing at 4 million a year. And I'm confident they should move on the same thing. You think so? Right? But if you think IKEA have something more to tweak, then you say IKEA and this company, same strategy, but you recommend they should go ahead with condition, tweak 3 areas of the IKEA product. Then you earn marks. Okay? You must show the difference.
For example, so now they are serving home furnishing. Yeah, that's the segment that they're targeting at. I did a bit of homework and they said that the white collar industry is coming up and hence there is a high demand for office furniture. So can I then suggest that IKEA should go into that area which will allow them to grow, though that is not their area now?
My question to you. What do you learn about China people? Tell me 2 things about China people.
They're very reluctant to spend.
Ah, you sure?
Yes.
Hey?
I did find that.
Oh no, go ahead. I'm going to talk about it.
They're very reluctant to spend.
Can you express a bit more when you say that reluctant to spend? Can you explain a little bit more of that behavior? Or you want to keep it as a secret?
No, it's not a secret.
Okay, then you can share. They are reluctant to spend on areas that doesn't make them to feel great. That's the issue. You cannot get a BMW X6 in the market overnight because every single car is made in China. Every restaurant will have full table food served for 2 crowns because they have a habit to show that I can spend more. The China government is going through a social problem at the moment, trying to rebuild the society on how to manage their money. That's the issue in China's social part. So work along this particular issue. You find an answer. Okay.
What if, sir, I found like this that they don't want to spend and I have referenced my work? Like yours is something else, you're saying that they're spending.
It's a different issue. Spending behavior is, you haven't finished research about spending behavior of China people.
Okay.
You will find a lot of interesting findings. A lot of research paper available on the internet. If they don't want to spend, what do you mean by they don't want to spend? Right? Ask yourself, do they have money to spend? They do have. Do you think they want to spend IKEA product? It's a question. Do we have competitor in China?
Yes.
So would they buy Australian product, or American product, or European products? Ask those questions. What kind of behavior model?